Hello, hello. Yes, we welcome you back to PSSB, Physical Sciences, Silver Bullet, and it's me, Richard here. Okay, we are now starting the application of Newton's second law in terms of momentum. And this is the question at hand. The question reads, a car of mass 700 kilograms is traveling at constant velocity of 22 meters per second. The driver applies the brakes for 4 seconds. The car experiences a constant net force of 1,200 newtons, which slows it down. Okay. Which slows it down. Okay. That's what we are having now. How do we tackle this? The question says, calculate the change in momentum of the car. Okay, when you analyze this question, we are going to be applying our equation, which is F net is equal to change in momentum over delta t. But now let us check. What do we know? We know our net force. Our net force is 1,200 newtons. But there's something I want us to look at net force. The net force leads to the slowing down of the car. It was caused by the brakes, and the brakes slowed down the car. Now, this is what I want you to know about net force. If net force leads to decrease in velocity, it is negative. If the net force leads to increase in velocity, it is positive. Okay, let me put it in the other version. If net force leads to increase in the kinetic energy of the system, it is positive. If net force leads to decrease in kinetic energy of the system, it is negative. Let me also put in the third version. If net force leads to acceleration of the object, that net force is positive. If net force leads to deceleration of the object, that net force is negative. So our situation here, slowing down implies deceleration, implies loss of kinetic energy, implies decrease in velocity, and all of them point to one thing. And what is that? That our net force is what? Negative. That is very important as you start your journey to mechanics. Mechanics is a very troublesome topic. Many people have a challenge with it. Sometimes the challenge comes from the way it is presented. So you have to tighten your seatbelt. This is not a walk in the park. Okay, let us look at other information we have here. What do we have? We have the mass. And the mass is 700 kilograms. What else do we have? We have the velocity. Because there's a change in velocity, we're going to call this one initial velocity. And it's 22 meters per second. Okay. Yes, that's the information we have. And we also have the time during which the net force is acting, and is 4 seconds. So, armed with this information, what is our next approach? Next approach is to just substitute. Okay. If we substitute, this is what we know. F net is known and is negative 1,200. Okay. The question is looking for delta P. So actually, let us put it here as our unknown. Change in momentum is one of our unknown. So we have it here. We don't know it. It's what we are finding out. And we know the time. The time is 4. So when you rearrange this one, this is what you get. You're going to get change in momentum as negative 1,200 times 4. This one gives you negative 4,800. And what is it? Kilogram meters per second. Okay. Now let us analyze the negative part of this answer. What does negative imply? Negative simply means that our change in momentum is in opposite direction to the initial direction of the car. So we can say 4,800 kilogram meters per second in opposite direction. That means opposite to the initial direction. Then comes this question. It says, calculate the final velocity of the car. Okay. What equation are we going to use in this case? Okay, the equation is going to be change in momentum equals to mvf minus mvi. Okay, let us look at for information here. Do we know change in momentum? Yes, we got it, and it was negative 4,800 kilogram meters per second. Do we know mass? Yes, we know it. Mass is 700 kilograms. Do we know initial velocity? Yes, we know it. And it's 22 meters per second. And it's the final velocity which we are looking for. So this information is enough to give us what we are looking for. From here, what is our next approach? Substitution. You substitute for change in momentum with its sign, which is 4,800. And the mass is 700. And the final velocity is wanted. And that is it. So this is what we are having. And from here, let us simplify and see what we get. So this is what we get. And from here, what do? We collect like terms. And we are going to have negative 4,800 plus 15,400. Okay, giving you 700 VF. And what we get? Yeah, from here then we proceed to get our unknown. So we are going to get our final velocity as that. 10,600 divided by 700. Let us see what we get. So this is what we get. It is 15.14 meters per second. And with that, would like to thank you for your time. The channel is PSSB, Physical Sciences Silver Bullet. See you next time. Bye bye. But don't forget to subscribe to this channel. It's the best channel ever. Don't forget to like and also to comment. And we would like you also to refer this channel to a friend if you are truly a true friend. We are simply the best.